and I'm especially giving thanks to my spiritual father, Kinish Hanabakal. I am here to do your work, and I thank you for your continued energetic blessings and support. Greetings, dear soul. I am Crispy, and I am another you because you are another me. We are fractals of Godsciousness, all of us. Every single one of us added together equals one. And today I am here to talk to you about the Starseed calendar, which, if you know anything about me at all, you'll know, I believe is the Divine Mayan Tzolk calendar. Tzolk means count of days. In the Yucatecan pronunciation from approximately 1300 years ago, the classic period, today, in most of Guatemala, or at least the highlands, where still approximately 5 to 8 million Mayan indigenous people live, they pronounce it Cholquij. The Yucatan, Tzolkin. Guatemala, Cholquij. Basically means count of days, which is like the most humble and downplaying of all of the cosmic significances possible to talk about this thing. I also assume, I shouldn't be assuming, that you know it has a link to your DNA. Yes? I'll go very quickly over that. If you don't know, there are 13 tonal and 20 nahual. 13 tonal, 20 nahual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is a dot. It's not this. It's the tip of your finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6, which I portray like a rollabola. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you could go like this. 11, 12, 13. That's all of them. 1 through 13. And then the 20 glyphs, you can call them. Glyphs and tones is fine. Now, 13 multiplied by 20 equals 260, and that's the number of days in the Tzolkin. Which, well, here's one over here, see? Looks like this. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th day, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the bottom. You go up to the top, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1. And then at the very bottom is the 13th tone of the 20th glyph. 260 days. Makes a cool pattern, right? It's also in your body because, first of all, it's real easy for us to imagine that we have 20 of these, right? That's real easy. So, barring accident or anomaly, every human has 20. We'll call them digits. And this is the cool part that no one ever talks about. We all have 13 major joints. If these are joints, just pretend they're not there. You got those 20 covered now, so they're out of the way. Now you've got 1, 2, 3, and then as above, so below, but hip, knee, ankle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is the middle column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 6 on the other side. So the human body is a matrix of 13 and 20, undeniably, full stop. You cannot say that the human body is not a matrix of 13 and 20. You can use a different word if you want. You don't have to use the word matrix if the word matter or mother bothers you. It is a weaving. The human body is a weaving of 13 and 20. Yeah? Good. So 260 days is also approximately 9 moons. The lunar cycle, the full complete, from full moon to the very next full moon, is almost precisely 29 days and 12 hours. It's a few minutes short of 12 hours, so 29.5 days. 29 times 9 is 261, so 1 extra, and then a half a day times 9 is 4.5, so 264.5 is the average 9 months human gestation cycle. But who's born exactly on 9 months? Nobody, right? I believe that, especially in, let's say, ages past, when life was extraordinarily more difficult, although for a large percentage of humanity, right now, today, they still have just as much challenge in their daily lives. No running water. Do you know how many humans have no running water, right? And they're planting and or trapping and or killing their meat, right? I think, like the Maya believed, the day on which you conceive is likely to be the day on which the baby is born. On average. Never really know, but it's fun to think about. Now, the other cool thing, I'm just going to drag you all the way over here. Okay, there you go. Can you see there the whole DNA? Yeah, when you stack them up like that, that's when the DNA connection becomes undeniable. Here, I made a little stack of them right here. Okay, here you go. Ooh, here's your DNA. Look, yay. So the DNA link is established. It also happens to be that this right here, 1 Tzolkin, is a fractal of the precession of the equinoxes, which the Maya call the Pleiadian cycle. 36,000 of these is the precession to the day. All right? To the day. No other culture on Earth, including modern science, can tell exactly how long the precession is. But the Maya knew over 5,000 years ago because their calendar comes from the Pleiades. I've talked about this in numerous other videos, so if you want, go look there. So what I'm telling you is this is the Starseed calendar. The other references we have, called the Zodiac right now, is in a lot of trouble, actually. It's getting louder and louder, the people who are trumpeting the amazingnesses of the Zodiac. And here's the thing. Before the Zodiac really was formalized, and that's about 3,000 years ago, before that, there were goddess religions over much of the cradle of human civilization, which, you know, is now like called Iraq or Iran or wherever in that whole basin, larger parts of Egypt, and even going into Turkey and a little bit of, the area. Before 3,000 years ago, so since the fall of Atlantis, let's say 13,000-ish years ago, it started to crumble. People were getting out of there before the whole thing just flipped over, boing, and it's all gone, right? So after that, it took many thousands of years to reorganize. And what began to happen is the goddess religions took over, where in Atlantis it was extremely toxic masculine that capsized the boat. I do believe it to be true that Lemuria, which was seeded by the Pleiadians, was very divinely femininely guided. And I do believe that Atlantis ate it, as it were. And then with their own toxic masculinity, they ate themselves and blew the place up. So the reaction to that was, again, the birth of the divine feminine religions, if you will, culture, philosophies, realities, ceremonies, which were happening in that area. Now, we also must acknowledge that there are other cultures that are much older, in fact, in Australia and down in what you can call now the Amazon. And I do believe that the genetic roots of the people we call the Maya are just as old. So let's say 260,000 years, just for fun. So this video isn't about the prehistory before Atlantis. I'm not going to go into where those 250,000 years of human history went. However, what we're talking about here is the goddess religions that nurtured humanity, or just that one cradle, all right, of civilization, back to life after yet another massive trauma, which could have been, asteroids or many things, okay? And once again, the toxic masculine decided to stick his dick into every area he could and capsize the divine feminine. Now, it does seem to be quite clear that there were 13 constellations being observed, Ophiuchus being the 13th, which I believe was the divine feminine snake charmer, and that was kicked out of the sky. And around 3,000 years ago, we can call it in Babylon, which the Tower of Babel myths come from, which is now modern-day Iraq. The toxic male priests in that region artificially divided the sky into exactly 12 segments of 30 degrees each, and then, the 13th went out and 12 artificial lengths went onto the sky. Now, over the years, the Egyptian influence and the Greek and Roman influence really heavily colored, penetrated that system. And what remains now, the tropical version, especially with 12 houses, is heavily laden with toxic masculinity. There's so many words in the system, like restriction and obfuscation, and the whole concept of retrograde. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked up and went, retrograde? Ah! No, you can't. It's not possible to see a retrograde with your eyes. You only get told about it by these other people who are trying to control you. Oh, but they want to set you free. Yeah. And then they say things like, well, you know, the next 19 years are going to be very challenging because we just blah, 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 blah. All of that is toxic masculinity trying to control you. But they want to set you free. Now, let me ask you something else. If you believe that humanity is on the way to the new 5D Earth, why would we take a 3,000-year-old calendrical system that's been constricting and obfuscating and retrograding us for 3,000 years already? Where's the growth in that? It isn't in that. There's no growth in it. Now, if you want to go to true sky, sidereal, and include Ophiuchus, that's great. However, you still have all the toxic masculine definitions woven into all of the other constellations. And most people are showing that, they got this image of this man holding the snake like, oh, what the fuck's going on here? I can't, that's not Ophiuchus, my friends. What you need to do is detoxify that whole system if you want to use it. However, it's still the same old system. This is not. I mean, okay, just listen to the first 13 days. Now, this is my translation for the tones and the glyphs. There, you have to realize that the Mayan region, let me just find a quick map for you. The Mayan region is about 5,000 kilometers long. At least, here is the central Yucatan. That's about 800 wide and 500 long. Is there another full one in there? All right. And, like I mentioned, let's just say it's 5,000 years long, okay? 5,000 kilometers, 5,000 years. That's a lot of variation in linguistic significance, pronunciation, intonation, meaning, all right? And let alone the words themselves. So you cannot have, there is no such thing as one translation that is correct. It's not, it doesn't exist, all right? So give that up. Mine, I take into consideration every single English book and website on the topic. And I've squeezed it all into my brain and extruded it out my mouth. So put all of those translation issues aside for the moment. And just close your eyes and listen to the first 13 days, okay, which I call a pulse wave. 13 days is a pulse wave. It's not a week. We have a 7-day week. They have a 13-day pulse wave. So the circular form is like this. The grid form is like this. And the 13-day form is like this, with the glyphs changing all the time. So we're talking very multi-dimensional here, right? Isn't that fun? Now, linguistically, you could even say neuro-linguistically, programming you. All right, so let's just listen to those first 13 days. How do they feel to you? Here we go. Initiating sunrise, pairing breath, activating dusk, stabilizing seed, empowering serpent, balancing reincarnation, reflecting deer, harmonizing starseed, patient offering, manifesting dog, resolving monkey, understanding traveler, and transcending corn, which also means transcending pillars of light coming down from the heavens. There's the earth line, pillars of light coming up from the center of the earth. Okay, so that's the first 13. Here's the next 7. We'll complete the row. Initiating jaguar shaman, pairing eagle, activating wise one, stabilizing Gaia, empowering obsidian mirror and knife, balancing rainstorm, and reflecting solar chief. So that 13-day pattern. Initiating, pairing, activating, stabilizing, empowering, balancing, reflecting. See how it's reflecting? Harmonizing, patient, manifesting, resolving, understanding, transcending. Just that alone is a little bit more interesting than Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm sure those names had meaning a long time ago. To whose culture, again, not quite sure. And other languages have their own meanings, of course. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Starseed calendar. Okay? That's what we're talking about. The Chinese system, interesting, but 12 years and everyone in that whole year is a serpent. Sure, whatever. I know there's the elements, and I know that and that and that and that and that. Even with the zodiac, everyone in that 31 days is a ram or whatever. Once you grok the significance of this, where every single day is different, and it relates to your DNA and the precession of the equinoxes, doesn't that seem a little bit more cosmic to you? And I know, with the zodiac, there's all of the planets and all the blah, 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 but who told you what Saturn means? Where are you getting that information? Well, Saturn is, yeah, and, all these, yeah, Who told you that? What was their intention in telling you that? And Mars, for example. Okay, so, I've lived in the Northern Hemisphere all my life. And every March is, wow. Winter. Oh, March. Oh, here comes some little flowers. Yay. No, it's the god of war. Really? Really? Does that feel right to you? Spring, all the snow is gone, flowers are coming up. Time for war, everybody! Hee hee! That's not my calendar. No. That will not help you get into the new 5D Earth. This is the Starseed calendar. The other ones ain't. They've been around for a long time, and they've got a tight little thing holding you down. Now, in our culture, our Western culture, whatever that is, it's very popular because our culture is toxic masculine. Our whole culture. Look at the presidents of the world. Even the female ones are not very divinely feminine. Oh. Sorry, ladies. You ain't. Now, here's an interesting thing. In the Mayan religio-spiritual culture, two people, a man and a woman, are the mayor, as it were, or leader of their little region. Always a man and a woman. And they are both called mother fathers. This one is a mother father, and that one is a mother father. Their bodies is a male and a female, but they're both called a mother father and a mother father. Yeah? All right? You with me? Okay? Here's the other cool thing about the Mayan embodiment version of the Mayan calendar. What happened to me was one day while I was meditating, this got zapped into me, okay? And what I came to understand is that every single human being has, I felt my right hand being tightly gripped, and I felt my left hand being gently caressed because she is my divine feminine guide. Just like you have one too. And he was my divine masculine guide, and I felt that. And my head went, huh? First, I was like, what? And then, and then, oh, and then, oh. Now, that whole thing lasted approximately 1 second. And it's taken me, let's see, 7 years to put all this together. Every single human being has a divine masculine guide. It's not external to you. Your divine feminine guide is you, your divine femininity that's within you, because Hunabku is divine feminine and divine masculine. The feminine is the black, no thing from which the white squirts out, as it were. And in the middle, it makes a baby. Pretty cool, huh? I'm not making this stuff up, y'all. Okay? Now, let's talk about families. Yeah, we got the Starseed families. Where's my favorite book about that? Yeah, my Starseed sister, Ava Marquez, can tell you all about how to connect with, through meditation and activations in here. I mean, right? You need that. But let's talk about, I'm just going to sit all cross-legged here for a little while. Let's talk about your birth family, okay? It is not just my belief, but I do agree that us starseeds are the black sheep. Here's what happened here, my friends. We chose our birth families because we wouldn't quite fit in with most of them. Some maybe, sure, yeah. But here's the thing. If you are very comfortable, your family has enough abundance in your life that you never have to really worry about anything, and you get lots of love and support and cuddles, you may not feel enough sand in your shell to make a pearl, okay? When people are really comfortable, they're really comfortable and they don't really get out there and do stuff. You need a certain amount of discomfort or not fitting in or whatever it is to get out there, okay? So, thank you, higher self, for choosing the family that I chose. It's been so hard. And there's lots of love there, yeah, sure. And in some cases, less than lots of love. But it was perfect. And that's the thing. It is perfect for everyone. Now, here's the other thing. The soul, your higher self, interchangeable. You can switch those around. They mean the same thing. These are all languagey, wordy things that don't mean the actual thing. Your higher soul self is eternal. Now, science tells us the Big Bang happened 13 billion years ago, and here we are on our planet that's 4.5 billion years old. And 4.6 billion years ago, there was nothing right here. Yeah. And then that made a planet. Yeah, just like that. And then 2 billion years later, there was this little thing in the ocean went bloop, and then bloop, it went bloop, 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 and then some fishy went on the land, plop, 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 and then humans. Okay. That's one tiny linear version. How about if there were 49 trillion more of those big bangs, big bangs, which is an out breath. And then there's a big shrink. And then everything's this big again, and it's really dense, like everything. It's that big. And then it goes boom for, let's just say, 26 billion years, okay? Right now we're right in the halfway point, 13 billion years ago. Yeah. And then it comes back in, and then goes up. I don't know. And then let's say those 49 trillion of those is one trillionth of how many there have been. So there's been a lot. That's not even 1 trillionth of eternity. Okay? You are eternal. You are a holy hologram, a divine spark, a sacred fractal of the prime source, creatorix, mother, father, consciousness, hunab, ku. Doesn't matter what you call it. There's no words in any language that can actually describe what it is that we are, but we are that. The creator, sure, whatever. The creator exists above and beyond all physical manifestations, which are an outpicturing of an idea of infinity. We are one little mirror lens into one little fractal of infinity. Your soul has lived on infinite planets, okay? So the whole, I'm a starseed from the Pleiades. It's cute and it's nice and it helps get you off the earth. Oh, I'm stuck on this prison planet. Oh, God. Right? You are infinite. Every single human being is. Not all of them can accept that at this time. Now, there may be a time coming soon when our other infinite space brothers come down in their little ships and they go, hey, everyone, you're infinite. Because that's what it really means, okay? Now, the Milky Way galaxy, not so big, all right? Our sun, you could call it that if you want. Our star, the closest star, the one that is the father of all life on Earth, you would not be, nothing would be, right? Gaia, the soul, mind, body, spirit that came into this body of the earth. Gaia, you can call her that, whatever. That's not who she is. That's a word. Mother Nature. Fine, good, yeah, super. The one mother of all life on earth, indisputably. She came into the body 4.5 billion years ago. It's a good story. Stick with it. And she went to sleep. Oh, I'm in a little body. She had her little gestation period. Could have been 2 billion years, whatever. And then she got born when the first little cell swimming around in the ocean. You know, lightning, whatever. Doesn't matter. Panspermia is probably closer to it, right? Panspermia. Bloop, drop some sperm in the ocean there, and then some lightning here. I'm alive. Bloop, 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 bloop. Subdivide. Fish, reptiles, humans. Yay. Doesn't matter. You are in your body. This is an outpicturing of your body. Yay! The Starseed calendar. Thank you, Pleiadians. And guess what? It did not originate there. Watch my videos, figure it out. What we're talking about is way beyond anything we can comprehend, okay? So it just helps to say that we are starseeds, and this is from the Pleiades, and so find out your birthday. You can find out all the patterns, right? I'll help you. That's what I'm here to do. You put your parents and your siblings, and it's going to figure things out for you. It's going to help you. It's a new lens. If you just look at your family, oh, my sister, she's such a Libra, or whatever, that's a 3,000-year-old perspective, okay? So if you like it, stay with it. If it's helping you, although you have to admit, the tropical 12 house, it's 100% fake. Completely fake. It's wrong. It's absolutely incorrect, all right? Sidereal, 13 house, much closer. Still, I mean, it is. It's precise. It's there. But, again, who told you what that means? And who's telling you what this means, right? I don't know. Crispy's telling you his version. There's lots of other people you can get their versions from. It's all about what feels right to you, okay? Now, there are patterns revealed through this that cannot be seen in any other way, including the fact that you can add any 2 days and get a third entity. So you want to find out what your relationship to your mother really means? Your birthday plus her birthday equals a third birthday, and then you look at that. And then you see, how does person A relate to the spiritual entity? How does person B relate to the spiritual entity? Go back a step. How does your father's Mayan birthday relate to yours? There's the 4 basic colors of the glyphs, right? You're good with that, right? Earth, air, water, fire. Earth, air, water, fire. Earth, air, water, fire. Repeat. Okay? So the glyphs are called Nahual. Carlos Castaneda also was taught that by Don Juan Matus, the Yaqui, the much northern version of the Toltec Maya. They are the same people. They basically got out of town when the Spaniards showed up and just left the calendar out of their perspective. And what did they put in their perspective? Where's that book? Oh my goodness. what did they put in their perspective? They put, okay, here's one little picture. They put that in their perspective. All right, that's the Toltec, the Yaqui, all right? And, oops, I just bumped you there. And they kept tonal and nagual. They deepened it. They added a lot to it than just the calendrical perspective of tonal and nagual. So the nagual, even as Don Juan taught Carlos Castaneda, means your soul and everything that is non-physical about you. And that's what the Maya will teach you now down in what is it? Lago Atitlan. Okay? They will teach you the Nahual. A lot of them actually say there's the 13. They say these are Nahual and the glyphs are Nahual. Okay? That's fine. Whatever. These are tonal. Tones, if you will. Oh yeah. I had the vision of the chakras, so that's how you include the chakras. Chakras! You can't evolve without them. All right, so your Mayan birthday, you have certain chakras. My divine masculine is... Here's a cool thing about everyone who's born on tone 7, all right? Born standing on tone 7, sure. But look at my divine masculine 1 and my divine feminine 13. Because standing on also means this. So everyone who's tone 7, reflecting, does that stay lit in your head? 7, reflecting. This is my right hand, there's my left hand. All right, it's real easy for tone 7 people. But next day, you just go click. Oh, sorry. Click, 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 click. It's very simple. Simple, fun, easy. Yay. It's not simple. There's a lot to it, but just knowing this position. And if anyone tells you their birthday, you can very easily picture the whole thing, what their divine feminine is, what their future vision is, right? And when you see life through this new pattern, which is Pleiadian and beyond, it did not originate there. As Barbara Hand Clow has made perfectly clear in her new 3rd edition of, where is it? Come on. The 9 dimensions. Yay, Alchemy of 9 Dimensions. All right. And also in the Pleiadian Agenda in 1995. 30 years ago, she said the Tzolk'in is the 9th dimension. Whoa, dude. That's a trip. Okay? She was told this by the Pleiadians, her main channel, Satya, the head librarian of the star Alcyone. Okay? See how fun this stuff is? This is the way of being on the earth, but not of it. You're not even in the earth. You're on it, okay? Yes, my DNA and all of this is earth right here. This is earth, and these bones are earth, and I'm leaving them when I'm gone. Thank you very much. I'll give it back. This is just a rental. This is not mine. This is not me. 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 This is a rental. It's a good one. I'm happy with it. It's got its little quirks. Well, I am 56 and, you know, I fart when I pee now almost every time. It's fucking weird, man. But hey, it's just the way it goes. Yeah. You are not your body. You are your soul. That's what you are. You are renting a body, a DNA earth suit. And it looks like this. All right? You are a fractal. Every fractal is on here. You know the Mayan saying, right? In lakesh alakim. That means we're fractals, dude. That's what it means. In lakesh alakim. We're fractals of God. That's what it means. Okay? Pretty cool, huh? All right, so that's just about all I got for you today. Hope it helps. Shoot me a message. My whole mission in life is to help you. Okay? This is the Starseed calendar. This is the Pleiadian embodiment of the Starseed calendar. I'm here to help you. Now, put me to work. Get me busy. All right? In lakesh alakim. Namaste.